I guess welcome to Picks on the Bluff. Does that work?
We're having technical difficulties. Ignore him.
Technical difficulties?
Yes, we are. Just start.
Start with what? Are we starting with the games? We're going to say something?
You're going to start with the games? You're going to say something? I don't care.
Usually people on the internet say something funny before we
Well,
start.
let's say something funny, Mr. Batman.
I am Batman.
Okay, now that we said something funny, get back to the show.
So I guess we'll start with the games. We got the Thursday night game, Arizona at number 9, Oklahoma State.
Nice. I love how you're clicking the pen. It's irritating me. Thank you.
Put it down.
Thank you. I went with Oklahoma State on that one.
I'm sure you did.
I did.
I'm sure you did.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Continue, please.
That's who I went with because they're ranked and the other team wasn't.
That's
I
the
guessed.
reason you went with them?
Yep.
That's the reason I went with.
Alright, we got a Friday night game, number 21 Missouri at number Arizona State, which looks like I forgot to pick, so I got to pick
There
that
is
one real
no
quick.
number there, by the way.
There's a number 21 Missouri at Arizona State.
I know, but you said number Arizona State. I said, which one is Arizona State? That number?
Well, it's a number 0.
That'll work. It could be number 50 for all you know.
It could be a number. There's only 25 numbers.
No, actually it's infinity, but whatever. I went with Missouri. Who'd you go with?
I guessed Missouri.
You guessed Missouri.
Because everybody else guessed Missouri.
Oh my jeez. You're just going with everybody else's guesses, aren't you? You're going with bandwagon here, ain't you?
I'm bandwagoner.
Mm-hmm.
Northwestern State at number 2 LSU.
I went with LSU. They're higher ranked than everybody. Except
Bandwagoner.
for, where'd it go? Yeah, I don't know. It's on their show.
Alabama.
Thank you.
That don't play. They don't play this
They don't
week.
play this week.
And I went with LSU because the
Well,
way
yes
that...
they do. They're right there.
Alright. Oh wait. Oklahoma's number 1.
Oh,
They
wait.
don't play.
Okay, that makes more sense.
And I went with LSU because the way they handled Oregon last week, well, I think they'll handle Northwestern State same way. And so this is the biggest game of the week. Is the number 3 Alabama versus at number 23 Penn State.
I went with Alabama because I actually got to watch that game while I was at work. A miracle, no? And one of my coworkers kind of was arguing with me over it, so whenever the game was over and we were closing, I called him over the intercom and told him that he lost. Haha.
And my pick is Alabama because I don't think Penn State's got much.
What it takes.
Alabama didn't play a good first half against Kent State last week, but Alabama will hopefully play well
Better.
against Penn State the whole game.
Hopefully.
CSU at number 5 Florida State.
I went with Florida State.
Let me guess, because you don't know who CSU is.
Exactly. You know me a little too well.
No, that's
Just
just
do it.
because that's
What I said last week.
when I showed everybody that's what you said for somebody, and that's what they
Last week. Mm-hmm.
And I went with Florida State because ACC. Cowbucks.
I got the mosquito. It bit me on the shoulder.
Just to rehash, I said Florida State. Number 6 Stanford at Duke.
I went with Stanford.
Stanford. And I went with Stanford because Duke is crap. They're crap of the ACC.
Oh.
Oregon State at number 8 Wisconsin.
I have Oregon State.
If Oregon State to beat Wisconsin.
Yeah.
Wisconsin, they played Thursday night against UNLV, which you said you didn't know who UNLV was.
I didn't. Okay, give me a break.
Which UNLV played alright, but, I mean, Wisconsin, they just dominated that whole game. I think they're pretty good.
Kind of like us last Friday. We got dominated. Again.
I didn't go to that game,
I didn't
so
either, but
I
I
don't
heard.
know.
We lost 28-0.
I heard the score, but...
Well, it wasn't. That was the other week. We lost 30-0. It was 28-0 this Friday. I know not a cheerleader.
Okay, so you're picking Oregon State and I'm picking Wisconsin. Let's continue.
Thank you.
Fresno State at number 10, Nebraska.
Nebraska.
So you're picking Nebraska this time.
Unfortunately, I had to disagree with myself on that, yes. Last week I said I wasn't going to pick them, but I kind of went with it this time.
I mean, this week, you might have had a chance for an upset. This week, last week was crap.
I know last week was crap.
I'm also agreeing with Nebraska, and yeah. Number 11, Virginia Tech at East Carolina.
I went with East Carolina. Who'd you go with?
This is one of my upsets this week.
Uh-oh.
I'm picking East Carolina because I watched the beginning of the East Carolina-South Carolina game where East Carolina was dominating South Carolina.
Uh-huh.
And, well, maybe if they do the same thing, they might could beat Virginia Tech.
Might. You never know. Okay.
And then next up is the SEC game that everybody is anticipating. Number 12, South Carolina at Georgia.
I'm anticipating this. I'm hoping my Bulldogs will pull it this week, because that was horrible. Horrible.
Yeah, I didn't watch it after the third quarter.
I had to. It was on the TV at work. I had to sit there and shake my head. Preston, I admit it. You're smarter than me. You picked Boise State. I'm sorry. I argued with you. But I went with Georgia again.
Georgia again.
I'm a loyal fan, okay?
Yeah, I had to pick South Carolina. Even though South Carolina is under Steve Spurrier 2-7 against the Bulldogs, I think they'll get their third win. So
Right.
I think South Carolina's gonna do it.
I'm a loyal fan. I'm sticking to my dogs.
Nevada at number 13, Oregon.
Oregon.
Oregon. The Ducks.
The Ducks.
The
Quack,
Quacks.
quack. Yeah, I went quack, quack. Why? What did you say?
I'm going to stick with Oregon because...
Uh-huh. See, I ain't the only one that's quackers around here.
But you said Oregon?
Yes.
Okay. And I said Oregon.
I'm quackers.
Next up, we got New Mexico at number 14, Arkansas.
I went with Arkansas.
I also went with Arkansas because New Mexico is, like I said with Duke, crap. Toledo at number 15, Ohio State.
Okay, I thought Toledo was a city.
They have a college too.
I didn't know that. I never knew that. I've never known that. So now I guess I know. I gotta watch their game, I guess. I went with Ohio State.
So you don't think Toledo could beat Ohio
I don't
State?
know. I've never seen them play. How would I know?
I watched their no-name game
Yeah, their
because
no-name game.
it was one of the ones that was on very early in the game after I went to the crazy doctor that day. And I think Toledo can upset Ohio State here.
So you went with the upset on that one.
This is another one of my upsets.
You're one of your upsets, okay.
Alright, number 16, Mississippi State at Auburn.
I went with Mississippi State.
I went with Mississippi State
I figured you was going to say that.
because Auburn almost lost to Utah State.
Yeah, that's
Which they should have lost. I was hoping they would have lost. Just saying. I know I picked Auburn to win, so it was a win for me. But I still kind of hope for an upsets.
Yeah, you hoping for upsets, okay.
Florida Atlantic at number 17, Michigan State.
Now that I know who Florida Atlantic is, I still didn't pick them.
So you're still picking Michigan State?
Yes.
Like it may. Because Florida Atlantic still is not going to do anything.
Probably not.
Alright, next up is UAB at number 18, Florida.
I hate Florida, but I picked them anyway.
Well, I watched part of their game.
I don't like them, but I respect them. Happy?
I watched part of their game after the Georgia game kind of got out of hand.
Yeah.
And Florida was running over Florida Atlantic.
Really?
Yeah.
It's Florida.
Yeah, no, really.
They can run under another football team and win. They're an alligator. I mean, they're like this tall. They're not very big. They can run under the bulldog, and the bulldog not even know it.
Alright, let's see. We got the Florida game. We got the Norfolk Norfolk State at number 19, West Virginia.
You can't even say the name of the place.
Shut up.
That's okay, I couldn't either at first. I went with West Virginia. I can pronounce that one.
I went with the one I can pronounce.
You did too. So did I.
I don't, like you said last week, I don't know where Norfolk State is.
I don't know either.
And I don't know where Ball State is at. Ball State at number 22,
What?
South Florida.
I went with Ball State. I don't know who they are. I'm going to give them a fighting chance.
I went with South Florida, the way they handled Notre Dame in a rain delay.
Ooh.
Yeah, South Florida wins.
Yeah.
BYU at number 24, Texas.
Texas.
They got into the top 25 from last week.
Yay. Good for them.
And you pick?
I told you, Texas.
Well, I am going crazy today.
Obviously. You're not all here today.
And this is my last upset pick. I think
Oh, Lord.
BYU beat Texas. So,
You hope, huh?
I hope. And then the last ranked game we have is number 25 TCU, who got upset last week by Baylor at Air Force.
I went with TCU.
I went with TCU too. I think they can beat Air Force.
I hope so.
I hope so too. But we'll just have to see.
We'll have to wait and find out.
And then, quick picks. We got, first off, Central Michigan at Kentucky.
I went Kentucky because Central Michigan? When was that a college?
Well, it's in Michigan.
Well, I know
They're-
that much,
it's the
but when did they
center
play
of the-
football?
I don't know. I went with Kentucky as well. Rutgers at North Carolina.
I went North Carolina.
I wanted to go North Carolina, but I saw Rutgers play and they looked very awesome. So I went with Rutgers. North Carolina State at Wake Forest.
I went Wake Forest.
And I went North Carolina State. Wofford at Clemson.
Clemson.
Yeah, you better pick Clemson here. if you
Yeah.
wanna win. Cincinnati at Tennessee.
Tennessee.
I went Tennessee. Georgia Tech at Middle Tennessee.
Georgia Tech.
Georgia Tech scored 60 plus points on whoever they played last week. You better pick Georgia Tech.
That
here.
tells you something.
Connecticut at Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt.
This is the only one I really had problems with, but I picked Vanderbilt in the end. Virginia at Indiana.
Virginia.
And I also picked Virginia. And Boston College at UCF.
Why do I have a feeling you went against me? I said Boston College.
I went
I knew you
I'm
were
the only
gonna
one
go
that said
against me.
UCF.
I knew you were going to go against me on that one.
So that's
knew
it
it.
for week 2 of college NFL,
Pick 'em.
college picks on the Bluff. We'll see you for NFL in a few minutes, if you watch it.
I hope so. I don't want to just watch the one.